Maybe. There we go. There we go. And we're live.
Hey.
We're live. Back at the bunk. Another Friday. Another glorious episode of Chasing Shep's Summer Camp of Horrors.
I'll cheers to that.
Yes, sir.
I would
Cheers.
cheers, but in spirit, you know.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dylan.
And
Sorry,
today
I'm cold.
we have. I stand in solidarity with that statement. We've got Dylan Heck, we've got Tony Garcia, we've got Sean and Jack with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
And on today's episode, y'all's rivalry really heating up.
Oh yeah.
Really heating up.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Look at that.
What? Of course, there's a fucking train going by. So, I guess my question to y'all from this episode that we've had so much trouble getting finished. What was y'all's favorite part of this episode?
I think honestly, the day that we did the fight scene in front of the friendship circle, as tiring as that was to do it over and over and over again, it was really fun, and I liked the idea of like the friendship circle at the top. I thought that was my favorite part for sure.
Yeah. I hope that people caught on to that. If they
me too.
didn't, then
Me too.
they're gonna catch on now. But that was definitely one of the funnest but also like most tiring parts, which is a good thing. Just like wrestling it out in the middle of the heat. It was probably like 95 degrees outside.
That's the hot day.
It was.
Was that the
really
day?
hot
Was that the day with those kids off in the distance?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it
were
was.
kids there that day. Yeah,
There was.
And to be fair, I mean, we were all feeling it because I had to run around with Chase when he was going around you guys in the circle with the script, just in case you needed
All right.
a reminder.
Yeah, John.
actually-
I forgot about that.
I forgot that you were behind me
totally
the whole
forgot.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Running, yeah, and John as well, running to stay off camera the whole time.
You
Yeah,
guys did
but then-
pretty damn good though at staying out the way.
I don't
Well,
even
and
think
then
there was a
the
shadow,
shot that ended up making it into the final cut, you can clearly see John just standing up against a tree watching you guys, which honestly it ended up
Yeah.
working out anyways.
It works. Yeah, it works
Yeah.
because it's John.
Oh yeah.
But I
Just
do.
quick little
I'm
Easter
sure
eggs in there.
I'm sure it'll make the blooper reel of that first time. Everybody tried to run around, and you could see John like for a split second. He's like, and then he like kept going.
Yeah. I can't wait for these bloopers to come out. I'm excited for the bloopers. Like
I heard a
just-
little,
I really
I heard a
wanna-
I think
little
the
bit
bloopers
there
will be really
at the end, I believe, of the episode.
Yeah, a
there.
little bit. There's a little bit at the end.
Some
Uh,
shovel talk. I was like, wait.
Oh
Something
yeah,
about a
you.
shovel or a taffy apple.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know.
As much fun as I had shooting a lot of this episode, especially because a lot of it was improvised. I think my favorite thing was just doing the ADR with Tony the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, the
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
the fight, the grunts for the fight.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had hell of a time.
Honestly, you haven't even heard half of the shit that got recorded the other day.
When I was doing it, I was in the car with my roommate because he had to go get gas or something, and he got in the car in the middle of me recording it, and I was like, "You throwing in there, dude?" He just pulled out some shit on you.
Yeah,
That's all.
I was
That's
talking
good.
with Isabella earlier today in class, and she told me that chase that you showed her, and I was like, oh my god, he just showed you all of that shit. I don't even remember half the shit I was saying, but I know it was like some outrageous ass shit. Like I must have been
So
on
dumb.
something. All of that's coming out.
Hey man, summer camp is a fun time, so you know.
Well, I have.
Let's go with that.
I went through and I labeled all of the audio files just as the lines, but there's one on here that's just labeled "Yikes!" LOL. So let's give that a listen. Let's see if
Oh
we can hear it.
shit.
Oh, I remember that.
Yikes! Yikes!
Yikes!
Yikes! LOL. You know, you
I
just
remember
never
that.
know. You just never know what sound effects you're gonna need.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah, who was that?
yeah, who was that fucking idiot?
Is it Chev?
Could have been.
Could have been. It could have been any
Could
of
have
us.
been.
It could have been
It's a
any of us.
mystery.
Yeah.
It's purely
It's a mystery.
speculation, though. Pure speculation.
Probably
I
the
think
one
it
not
was
making
John.
eye contact with the camera though. the one that looks like he's full of shame right now. Okay. There was actually we did shed a little bit of blood shooting this episode in particular. It was Dylan's blood, but the blood was
Yes.
shed all the same. Uh,
I still have a
we
scar on my knuckle from that.
honestly, I'm
Probably
amazed
gonna
you still
stay
have
there.
a finger. I really thought you were going to lose your finger that day. I caused an incident because I dunked way too hard on these fools.
Oh,
To the
yeah.
point where I brought the entire.
I wish
basket
we
down.
had that on fucking
I
camera
know,
because
why
it
didn't we
was
record
actually.
that?
I wish you could see it, Chase. It looks so fucking dope, even though you almost killed Dylan. But it looks so dope just looking at it.
It was really cool.
In my defense, I turned around and I saw the basket falling, and all I see is Dylan going to like catch it at the last second, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" This thing
Well,
is like hurtling towards the concrete ground, and you put your hand under it, and I'm just like, "Well, it looks like we're going to the hospital today."
No,
So I was very glad
from
it
my
didn't take
angle, it
your
looked like
finger.
someone was gonna get hit. Okay, I wanted to at least slow it down.
Yeah, I was just worried about it hitting Chase, but he was
Yeah,
out
I
the way,
know.
so I was like,
That's why I did
just
that. I thought I was gonna hit
let
him.
it fall.
Oh, I was all good. I was all good. Had the powers of. I was just being like Mike. Nothing
that
could
was
touch me.
that was probably the moment that they were over there. The other people that own that place were like, nope, they're done.
That's
Get
it.
them out.
Oh yeah, true.
Dude,
Get
maybe
'em
they
out.
think we cut their tether ball. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Oh, and
Well-
I also drew a dick on one of the drawing boards, so they probably found that out too.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Again,
allegedly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
that could've
yeah.
been anybody.
In theory, in theory.
pure
It
speculation.
could have been anybody.
That could have been anybody's dick. You know?
Amazing
Yeah.
story.
The Boy Scouts, they get up to all sorts of nonsense, you know.
Exactly.
I thought we got yelled at for making fun of Boy Scouts. We can't do that anymore, Chase. There's a line.
Well, clearly there was a line somewhere since we got booted from the camp, but you know.
But
It
still,
happens.
props to them for letting us use the grounds while they did.
Yes, they did not have to do that.
Nice episode. I still think my favorite scene is still with you, Tony and Belle, when you guys are going over the events of finding the book and shit. That to me, like, it's just one of those scenes that's thrown this zany episode. That's like, that's some of the best acting, like top notch right there that we've gotten to see here throughout the series. And it's like, yeah, I was sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm into it. And then it's like, cut right to Mason Snorri. He's over there just I'm sitting there.
That's
like, hey.
That's kind of how I felt in that scene that me and Isabella did, and I was so waiting for this to come out and be finished because I felt like that scene, that part where we're talking about wolves and shit, even though even though it was kind of corny, it was like, I think for me and Isabella, that was like actually us bringing out our acting skills, like trying to bring out our acting skills and just showing them off. Like in that scene, while I was watching it back, I was like, holy fuck, like I kind of killed that right there. Like just that scene. Everything else I cringed at a little bit, but that scene was like, mwah. It was beautiful.
No, for real.
I was excited to finally see it come together too. I remember the day we filmed that, and I just knew when we were filming it. I was like, this is some of the best stuff we've done. And one of my favorite deliveries that you give in the whole show is when you say the thing about us burning down the camp. Only because you never, like, that whole scene doesn't lose its like dramatic touch.
Right.
Like the line hits and it's funny, but it never like deviates from that like dramatic tone, and I really dig that. Yeah. Of course, Shep and I had to flex some improv as well. This episode was like elusive to us for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
We were talking about it the other day that for some reason all of the complex stuff, like the fight scenes and the bloody stuff and all that, like all that's been really easy to get done. But like scenes that's just like talking indoors has been like a nightmare to get done.
Yeah, I don't know why. That shit is just the hardest to get done. It takes hours. And then like all the fucking gory shit, we could do it in one take and we're good.
Right. Well, that's because we have to. We don't have the money to be like, all right, put on your extra T-shirt. Like, no, you're getting bloody one time, and you better get it right.
Go hit your trailer and clean up, and come back, and we're gonna blood you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the blood thing, one of my buddies, he told me that in the scene where Shep's getting covered in blood, you can hear Chase. We can hear you laughing in the background of it.
Yeah. We intentionally left that in.
I thought it was funny.
I don't think we specifically pointed it out last week. I think we kind of mentioned it, but it's a little Chase and Shep Easter egg to look out for in future things. Because I have a tendency to laugh at Shep from behind the camera sometimes, and so that might be peppered into future Chase and Shep projects as well. You never know where you might hear it. Like the Wilhelm scream is the wheezy Chase laugh.
Because it was just, that's one of those scenes that you're sitting there filming it, and yeah, you only get like one shot at it, but then you get something funny. Like, of course, that was all improv too, because you don't really get a script when it's just like blood in the face. Okay, you got to react somehow, and then the little smirk at the end of like, thanks, thanks, man. It's enough, man. It'll be enough.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy who commented earlier, Sean the Sheep. I love it.
Sean the Sheep. Yo, that's my brother. What's up, Mario? How you doing?
Shouts out to the guy earlier who said the thing about the who complimented all the one takes in the show. Appreciate you.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you. That's definitely been one of my favorite things with the show, is just being able to take on all these one takes. I think it helps that everybody, or most of the people on the cast are theater trained. So it's not no big deal,
it's whatever.
But it helps with those longer takes, and I hope Disney's paying attention, because we're rocking these action scenes. And we're not even planning. There's no prep. Usually we get there the day of, and we're like, all right, let's just try this. Yeah.
Most of the time we get there, and you're like, all right, we're doing this today. We're like, oh, all right, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how most of the days have been.
we like to just throw you in,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been in like an unconventional shoot, as opposed to like other things, just in the sense of like, a lot of people, they'll do like a page or two like in a day, and we get out there, we're doing like 15 pages today. Strap in, buckle up. We're shooting everything. But everybody's been super awesome with it. Everybody's been very patient. The finale is now in everybody's hands, the Shepard conclusion. So we all know.
I read it.
We all know.
I read it a while ago. It's pretty good. It's really good.
Same.
So
I like
it's definitely this show is not going where you think it's going, for sure.
Nah,
but it'll be a good time.
Yeah, it will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I already started thinking of ways how I'm gonna be delivering the lines and stuff. I already started rehearsing. I'm like, I'm pumped. I'm ready to do this fucking finale already.
Yeah, I'm just hyped to finally be done with pre-production, even though we just released episode 3. It's finally done with that shit. Thank God.
But finally, we're getting there. It's like I said, it's been interesting and fun to deal with, and the hurdles and shit. We was talking about that last week, going about doing a show like this.
Here's a question for Dylan. Clearly, the character of Jack is the peon here. Like he's the one that is like constantly just shit on. Even though he's not technically a bad guy, So how, like, what's that been like playing, like, the bad guy? Like,
it's okay. So the quotations around that you just did, I feel like are the big key because because at first I came out looking like he was the bad guy, and like he's very rude. He is definitely rude, but he's not like you said,
Right.
like a bad guy, you know. And I kind of got lost in that at first, so I wasn't really sure what to do. But eventually, I just kind of came across the idea that it's just he's just a high school jock, you know. He's kind of like a stereotypical like 80s dick or whatever. So and he definitely has lines that he won't cross, but he has lines that he stands right by. You know?
There are definitely moments that, you know, especially in that opening scene with the basketball stuff when you guys just improv'd all that. Where like there's a few things that Jack says in that scene where I'm just like, what a dick, like what a fucking douchebag, like. And so you really do like draw that, like, and that's exactly what you want, you know, like that's exactly what you want in playing a character like this, is for somebody to be like, what a fucking asshole, you know. And
See, it's like it was really hard for me to do that scene specifically because I'm like I kind of pride myself in trying to not be a dick, like literally ever at all. So just when like doing that scene, you're like, hey, just say some rude stuff, like just be an asshole. And I was like, okay, like I'll do my best.
Oh yeah, when you're just like you're supposed to go around, I'm just like, oh boy. But then same at the end, because you know for you, Tony. Sorry, getting the character names mixed up with your real names here. At the end, when you guys are having the fight, and for me as an editor, like once the music gets thrown into most of these scenes, that's when I get really into it as an audience member. And that fight scene, once the music was thrown in, I'm just like, But when you're like, you're just a little bitch, that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
these boys are gonna throw down. But yeah, y'all were troopers through all of episode 3 for sure.
Oh, man, that fight scene really was killer though. We did it so many times. It was probably like 100 degrees, including like heat index. Like it was really hot that day.
Oh yeah,
it was nuts.
Yeah.
Even oh my god, episode 4 was even a hotter day.
Oh yeah,
like that would be so like that's gonna be so clear. Like how hot it was that day.
The proof of how hot it was that day is already in episode 2 in the craft room scene. Just take a look at my shirt.
Oh yeah.
Just take a look at my shirt. It was pretty fucking hot that day.
It was pretty fucking hot.
I was so hungover that day too. That was rough.
That
so
whole
if
day
you ever doubted my acting chops, yeah, that scene with me and Chase and with the twins in episode 2, that was legit because I was feeling it. I was in it that day. I think I blacked out drunk, threw up the night before. Like, you know, these things happen, man. You got to live your life while doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it, man. I do like this episode. I think it's a nice switch up after episode 2, going forward with this series. And we get to leave, you know, Tony with you looking all crazy, waking up in bed at night in the cabin. Real nice spot.
That cabin.
Real nice spot though to leave it off, and you know, I'm even hyped because like there was a lot even in this episode. Like I've told Chase, even though I've helped film, it's, you know, I've been filming when I can and help him, you know, as much as I can. So there's shit I'm seeing in here like, damn, I ain't never seen that part. I'm pretty sure like the part with John, like where he comes in, and he's talking to the 2 girls and they're like, well, aren't you going to do something? And he's like, I am. You guys want to place a bet? You know, or something like that. I'm like, hey, you know, that got me, and that got me good because I had never seen that.
Yeah, same. There was a lot of new stuff that I saw, and I was like, whoa. Like, just seeing all those shots in episode 3 where Shep was just covered in fucking blood. I was like, whoa. I never seen this before. What the fuck did this man do?
That was actually this week we did that.
Yeah, we managed to pull that out last second. We managed to make it happen.
Oh wow!
And
just to beefing it up and give it a little more flow to the episode and stuff. You know.
Yeah, since we unsuccessfully tried. This episode originally went down a little different. Sort of. I mean, it still goes down the same I guess. We just tweaked some stuff.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be more like, campish. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
more so, I wasn't supposed to be covered in blood, per se.
Actually,
but somebody
originally you were like you had like one line in this episode originally. Like you literally
Wait,
showed
no,
up in one scene.
In the original it was two. Remember, because we were gonna do
Right.
dodgeball open, and I was gonna get out first and be like, "That's fucked up," and then later on come in when a bunch of shit was going down, and basically just be like, "I'm just trying to get this kid out of the tree."
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed that because I know you and I improv those scenes, and that was definitely. I think there's a lot of this. I talked to Bella about this last night. You know, for me, wearing like 50 different hats while doing this, sometimes it can be hard on the acting front for me to turn all that other shit off and jump in as an actor. And that the other day when we were doing the improv stuff, I was really having a hard time with like shutting off my brain behind the camera and getting into the scene. But it was, I think there's a lot of scenes where like we shoot them, and I think we all have this where like we'll film something and we don't feel like we did our best. Like, we feel like it may have looked weird on camera or something, but then we see it back and we're like, oh, okay, like that actually looks really good. Like, and that was that day for me. Like that whole day we were doing the improv, I'm like, this is not going to be good. And then watching it back, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not too bad. And I appreciated that a lot of what you're talking about with the dead kids was things that we had talked about or was originally in the script to begin with. So we did still manage to keep some of those elements from the original episode 3.
Yeah, like the little girl running around with the blood was originally supposed to be in there, so it's allusion to that, because you never know. Obviously, with this show, it's getting wacky now that we've read out of that fucking book.
Although, shout out to me for breaking character in that scene though, because I couldn't help myself. That one line was too funny, and I'm like, I can't really. I mean, I probably could have edited around it, but fuck it. The show is pretty wishy-washy when it comes to that sort of stuff. But when you say the thing about just us and the other 3 from last night, no, and I'm like, that's everybody at camp, and you take the minute to like take that in, like you can see me totally break character and laugh at that.
It happens, man. Like there's that, and then the total. The second one in with us, and at the end of it, me just laughing like, "You want to go smoke some weed?" Like just something I said that was supposed to be like after the thing was cut and we were done, and a little funny thing.
Look at the camera was still rolling.
It worked though. It worked. It totally worked.
Yeah.
And it does, because it's like that's kind of how all the shenanigans begin. Me and this guy smoking and reading out of this book.
I was gonna say those are some of my favorite moments in the show so far. Is when we've just left the camera rolling and gotten like there's at the beginning of episode 2 when Tony and Bella are doing their whole shtick with each other. The moment where you guys are like laughing with each other, like that's genuine. Like that's not you guys acting. Like that's we were all making each other laugh, and that is really you two laughing. And there's a lot of moments like that that have made it into the final cut of the show, just because they look so genuine and they really work better.
I was talking to Michelle about this. Shout out to Michelle. She was asking about it, and I told her like that part we were genuinely laughing. I forgot what it was that we were both laughing at, but I think it might have actually been because I just started fucking
the table.
Going on the table, like,
and I think I think that's what made Isabella start just like cracking up, and then I forgot why I was cracking up, but that was genuine laughter right there. That was just that was one of my favorite scenes ever in the whole show to film. It was just so fucking hilarious.
The opening with you two, or the stuff with us at the table?
Yeah, the opening at where it's just me and Isabella staring at each other.
Yeah,
it was like it was just so fun, but like it was so. At first, it was like kind of a little awkward, and then I was just like, "Yeah, it's kind of how it's supposed to be." I just started having fun with it. I guess it turned out pretty good.
Well, we still had John around at the time, so he was making it very interesting.
Yeah, John was making it interesting.
That's
Hopefully,
interesting.
we'll get to sit down with John and Catherine next week for episode 4, which is it's been the episode I've been excited for since we started this. It's still the episode I'm excited for. Tony and Bella have gotten a little sneaky peek at it, and I can't wait to hit everybody with it next week. I think it's really gonna shift gears on this show. If you think it's cool now, I think people are really gonna enjoy it after next
Oh
week.
yeah, they're not ready. They're not ready, bro. They're not ready.
No.
It really does turn up after next week, fully. So
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah, I kind of felt like 4 was like the turning point of the entire show, and it just kind of goes
Mhm.
up and up and up after that, and then like a couple swerves, obviously, but
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
We're gonna have some real fun in this back half of October. Chase and Shap rocking out October,
Yeah, for real.
31 days. We're bringing it all to you. Anybody else have any other thoughts on the show? Anything you want to share?
Oh man, I'm just excited.
Yeah, I'm
Dynasty
really excited.
4 through 8.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Me too, man. I'm ready
Hell
to
Hell yeah.
yeah, to wrap it up and hopefully not run into any more crazy shit, when we do that. So,
in the woods, yeah.
Hey.
hey,
Oh my
Michelle,
God.
thank you so much.
Oh,
You're
what's up,
awesome.
Michelle?
See, you spread a little bit of love and you get it right back.
Yeah. Thank you,
I think
Michelle.
I've never actually even met Michelle, by the way. Like this
Yeah,
entire time, I've never met her.
She came in a couple weeks ago now, I think.
I think like almost 2 Sundays ago, or
busted out her 2 episodes. Yeah, I think once the show is all said and done and we drop the making of, we'll get a little more into what the show originally was and some of the plot lines that were cut out and stuff like that. And who knows? Maybe someday somebody will see the OG version of Summer Camp of Horrors. But I like this. I like what it ended up turning into from our 10 episode one to our 8 episode one. A lot of changes have been made, and I'm with it. So I'm hyped for everybody to go along on this little journey with us and see where this is going. I'm hyped for you to see these 2 boys down here continue next week.
Kill it.
Oh yeah.
To absolutely kill it next week. They both do.
Literally kill it.
No,
That's right.
You can afford guest stars. We could.
Of course we can. Chase and Shep, we're coming up.
We're stepping
I'm
up
still-
the game.
Hey, I do want to say one thing, and I already said it earlier, but Shep was talking. I didn't want to keep interrupting him. Fuck that cabin, man.
Oh yeah.
Shep, you were there for that. There was a spider like the size of a fucking shoe,
Oh, yeah.
just chilling
This
there on the
spider
wall the entire time.
was
And
on
he wanted us to
fucking
sleep
steroids.
in there.
This bitch was fat. Like you see
It
my
was a
hand.
Big
This
spider.
was the size of that fucking spider. This is actual size right here. That bitch was like
And then-
out for murder.
And then Chase left, and he noticed. He said that when he left, the spider left the spot, but he didn't tell us that. So when he came,
I had a
back
scene to
in,
shoot.
But he
I had a
when
scene
he
to shoot.
came
I couldn't have
when
you
he
running
came
off
back
of it.
in, he was like, yeah. But when I left earlier, it disappeared, and we were like, oh, okay, great.
Thanks.
One of us probably has it. Like it's probably in one of our places right now. We probably
Oh,
took
yeah.
it.
It's probably in my fucker. It's probably the spider hanging out on my front porch.
Probably.
I would have
Yeah,
been
fuck
running.
that cabin.
I would have too.
Regardless, even though the
There's a-
cabin was like, even though it was like pretty shitty, it was kind of comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was laying in
Yeah.
there,
Those beds
it was
they look
surprisingly
really
comfortable.
jank. They look really jank, but they are very comfortable.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Skin
I didn't get the
Comfy
experience.
beds.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
It was
Hopefully-
it was solid. They were good.
Well, in season 2, I'm gonna have to write me a line.
They-
Get me a
it-
scene
it-
and then around
It
the
smelled
episode.
like piss. It smelled like piss, but it was comfortable, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that was probably the piss. That was probably that's probably the Boy Scout piss. But Well, I think that'll do it for Back at the Bunk. Until next week, where episode 4, You Will Get Pregnant and You Will Die.
You
is
will.
dropping October 1st. October 1st, we got 31 Slays of Halloween dropping. We got episode 4 dropping. We got music dropping. October is blowing up.
Boom. Boom.
So, boys, thanks
Boom.
for joining us.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
Everything
thank you
you've
for
done.
having
Story.
Boom.
Fuck
you
yeah.
I got you. All right, everybody. Peace.
Peace. Take care.
Smooches and deuces.
See
We'll
ya.
see you guys.